In fact, in later confessionals, she subtly echoed it, that maybe Meri needed to change, that she was hard to connect with. The confusion in the fan base was real. Wait, weren't they best friends? Why is Robyn letting this happen? Why isn't she saying anything? Meri, once the woman who helped Robyn join this family, now sat in interview chairs alone, numb and silenced. You could see the shock in her face, especially when she said, almost with disbelief, "It's just not there anymore." And maybe that's the deepest betrayal of all. It wasn't just Kody who abandoned her. It was the one woman she thought never would. Behind every fake smile and forced group scene, there was a quiet, strategic campaign at play, and Cody Brown was the architect. It didn't happen overnight. It was a slow fade. Kody didn't scream. He didn't storm out. He erased Meri with indifference. He started excluding her from major decisions, family trips, group conversations. Even the now infamous Coyote Pass talks rarely involved Meri in a meaningful way. When she tried to reinsert herself, his expression was always the same: flat, cold, dismissive. In season 18, Meri practically begged for a signal. Am I still part of this family? And Kody, with that calculated calm, responded not with love, but with technicalities. I've released her spiritually. He didn't say divorced. He said released. Like a possession, a contract. Not a woman who gave decades of her life, but as this emotional warfare played out, TLC seemed complicit. Fans began to notice how the editing softened the worst of Kody's apathy. Emotional clips were trimmed, context was missing. And in their selective storytelling, Meri was often made to look cold or unfeeling, instead of heartbroken. Then came the tell-all. Viewers hoped for truth. Instead, they got damage control. Host Sukanya Krishnan, who many expected to hold everyone accountable, seemed more like a PR buffer for Kody and Robyn. She pressed Meri on her cold goodbye to Robyn, calling it icy, completely ignoring years of manipulation and emotional dismissal from both Kody and Robyn. Where was the tough questioning for Kody? Where was the acknowledgement of his gaslighting, his abandonment, his smear campaign against Meri's friendships? Instead, Suki framed Kody as a grieving husband and Robyn as a devastated bystander. Meri's pain? Dismissed, minimized, sanitized. And for fans who've watched every tear, every humiliation, and every unreciprocated effort from Meri, it was like watching her be erased again. This wasn't just emotional abuse playing out on screen. It was manufactured redemption for the very people who caused it. For years, Meri stood by Robyn when no one else did, through Christine's exit, through Janelle's anger. While Kody grew colder and more hostile, Meri remained up, believing that she and Robyn still shared a true sisterhood. But slowly, that illusion shattered. The breaking point wasn't loud, it wasn't a fight. It was Robyn's silence, quads, the kind that speaks volumes. In one of the most heartbreaking moments of season 18, Meri tries to explain how deeply isolated she feels. She opens up, vulnerable, raw. And while Kody shifts uncomfortably and deflects, Robyn just watches. No comfort, no defense, no sisterhood. It was in that silence that Meri's eyes changed. Robyn cried, but only when speaking about her pain. I wanted the big family, she wept. I didn't sign up for this. But when Meri said, I still have hope Kody and I can fix this, Robyn averted her eyes. There were no tears for Meri's hope, just silence, because Robyn knew Kody had already ended it and didn't tell her. And that's when fans saw it, that flicker in Meri's face. The realization that maybe she was being used to make Robyn look loyal, used to shield Robyn from being the sole remaining wife. It wasn't just betrayal. It was emotional manipulation wrapped in fake sisterhood. Robyn wasn't grieving Meri. She was preserving her own image. And Meri? She was finally done pretending not to notice. After years of heartbreak, rejection, and one-sided loyalty, Meri Brown finally chose herself. Not out of anger, not in a fit of drama, but with clarity, calm, and power. In a public statement shared in early 2023, Meri and Kody jointly announced the end of their marriage, but make no mistake, this wasn't mutual. This was Meri reclaiming her voice after being silenced for far too long. Her tone had changed. Her posture had changed. In every interview, every post, and every scene after that moment, you could see it. The Meri who once clung to hope was gone. What remained was a woman who understood her worth. In the final tell-all, while Kody spun half-truths and Robyn wept over losing the family, Meri sat still, composed and grounded. There was pain, yes, but there was no desperation. She didn't beg, she didn't chase, she simply let go. And perhaps the most emotional part? Meri Brown has finally reached her breaking point. After years of standing by Robyn, the one wife she once believed truly saw her, Meri is done. The tears are gone. The loyalty? Gone. The illusion of sisterhood? Shattered. Because now Meri is seeing it clearly. She was being used. Hi, I'm Sarah, and welcome back to TLC Sister Wives Recap. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the truth behind the drama. And if you've been riding this emotional roller coaster with me, you already know things are unraveling faster than ever before. Today, we're diving into the quiet, heartbreaking fallout that TLC barely dared to show. The collapse of the last friendship Meri had left in the Brown family. The one she clung to when everyone else turned away. Robyn. But now the mask has slipped. Was Robyn playing Meri all along? Was that bond just a shield to protect herself and Kody while using Meri's loyalty as emotional cover? And more importantly, why did TLC keep hiding the real story? The most devastating betrayal doesn't come from an enemy. It comes from the one person you thought was on your side. And for Meri, that person was Robyn. Grab a seat, besties, because this isn't just a recap. This is the moment Meri finally stood up and said, "Enough." To understand the heartbreak of where Meri and Robyn are now, we have to rewind. Back to a time when their connection was seen as the only remaining friendship in the Brown family. Remember when Robyn first joined the family? While the others were cautious, even resentful, Meri was the one who opened her arms. She vouched for Robyn. She welcomed her in. There was a warmth, a kinship that felt almost sacred. Meri even helped push Kody toward courting and marrying Robyn. She believed in her. For years, through the endless turmoil, Christine's resentment, Janelle's emotional distance, Kody's growing detachment, it was Robyn and Meri who stuck together. Fans often called them the last alliance, the final two still pretending this plural marriage was working. And on camera, there were moments that truly made it seem like Robyn cared. Like when Meri was spiraling during the catfish scandal. Robyn was the only wife who showed up with tears, trying to understand, offering comfort. When Meri lost her mom, it was Robyn who hugged her, rubbing her back while whispering reassurances. She said things like, "I love you, Meri. I want you in this family." But here's the haunting question we have to ask now. Was any of that real? Because behind that sisterly concern, there were subtle red flags. Rewatch those scenes and you'll notice Robyn doing something chilling, centering herself, saying things like, "I don't know what I'd do without you." Not, "How can I help you?" but, "How will this affect me?" She'd guilt Meri about her distance, pressure her to stay, question her loyalty, all while never publicly defending her when Kody belittled or ignored her. And remember when Meri considered going back to school? Robyn discouraged it. She warned her it might pull her away from the family, from the principal. That didn't sound like a friend. That sounded like someone afraid of losing control. In hindsight, every tear Robyn shed seems suspect. Was she grieving the loss of a friendship? Or the loss of a loyal pawn? Because if Robyn really loved Meri, why did she always side with Kody? As the seasons rolled on, that tight bond between Meri and Robyn began to fray. Slowly, then suddenly. At first, it was subtle. Little things, quiet looks exchanged between Robyn and Kody when Meri spoke. Robyn's neutral silences when Meri was clearly hurting. But for fans paying attention, it became clear. Robyn had stopped defending Meri. One of the most telling moments? That heartbreaking scene during the family meeting about the pandemic rules. Kody laid out his strict, controlling guidelines, and Meri, desperate for a shred of inclusion, agreed to follow every one of them. She wanted time with the family, with him. But did it matter? No. Kody brushed her off, and Robyn, she just sat there, silent. No eye contact. Not a word to support Meri, who was begging to be seen. Then there was the infamous spiritual divorce moment. As Kody announced his release from Meri, essentially ending their marriage, vows, not just emotionally, but spiritually. Robyn cried, but said nothing meaningful. No protest. No urging Kody to reconsider. Just passive tears and a whisper about how sad it all was. To many fans, it felt like a gut punch. You can go back and rewatch the episodes, and you'll start to feel it. Robyn wasn't standing beside Meri anymore. She was standing beside Kody. And when Kody began openly trashing Meri's friendships, accusing her of having bad influences, and suggesting no man would want her, Robyn didn't challenge that narrative, not once.